Hey guys, welcome back to Sacred Forge Healing. I know it's been a bit, but we are here to do the weekly reading for January 21st through the 28th. Planning on trying to keep it straightforward from now on, keeping it a weekly schedule, and we'll do the best that we can. So, I already kind of have the cards pulled. I haven't looked at them yet. They're all still face down. But today we're going to be using the Angel Guide Oracle from Kyle Gray. So let's go ahead and let's get into the information. So, this coming week, we have our first card. Our strength is honesty and communication. So I'll let you see the card a little bit. So, this week is going to be a very, very clear time to get communication across, talking, getting ideas across. So there's not going to be a whole lot of mincing of words. It's going to be very clear and direct. Some people might not be ready for the directness that you do bring into the space, though. And so they might feel it as being rude, but again, you're being very direct and very clear in this coming week. So really paying attention to this, the throat chakra area right here, and see if that starts to get blocked up if you are speaking to someone. Just allowing that to kind of clear up, and if that does happen, feel into why can't you feel like you can speak honestly and openly with this person. And so that can go into a whole lot of different avenues. If you want to go into that, I would suggest booking a private reading with me. I'm here at Wild Magic in Rock Hill on Saturdays, but I'm also open for online readings. But again, this is a really good week for honesty and communication. So it shouldn't be very hard for you to speak your truth and being able to get through to other people. There does feel like a little bit of people can leverage that and not necessarily leveraging it in a good way. So just be mindful of how you do communicate with other people. Don't try to manipulate anyone else. Just allow it to be very honest, very direct, very clear. Some of you out there, in regards to that, so we have the Cathedral of Light, says stubborn attitude, descending the olive branch, and artistry. Right, these are some very, very pretty cards. That's true. For some of you, it's reaching out to somebody you haven't really spoken to in a really long time. It might be somebody you've been having a fight with. And it's like it's finally time to clear it up. Again, you have this chance to be very clear, very honest, very open. So allow that to be the case. Don't try to manipulate them in any way. Just allow it to be a direct thing. Allow yourself to speak your truth and be open to hearing their side too. There's also a little bit of violet fire energy right here. So violet flame, or fire, as the card says, is all about transmutation, detoxification, working with the third eye space as well. So it's all about intuition as well. I feel the last one, which is constant distractions, for sure. It's feeling like each of these cards are kind of a reading in and of themselves, which is fun. But so that is our strength this week, is honesty and communication. Make sure you're using it in the right way, knowing that some people might not be up for the level of truth that you bring, and knowing that ahead of time is very helpful. Okay. What we have on our hearts is this is also a week for learning experiences. So if you don't use this properly, knowing that you're going to have to learn how to do this. This also has like the hermit energy, if you're thinking of tarot, where we're kind of going in and learning more about ourselves. This can be through like meditation, through reading books, through learning from other people. This can also feel like a deepening of spiritual practices as well. Just allowing yourself to really close your eyes, allow yourself to really feel into your energy, feel into the information that's there. There's also a feeling of owning your own light throughout it too, which is fun. We have two cards right here too. So if you like kind of look here, you don't really see a body, but you just see a lot of light. So that's kind of what brought me there. We have two cards for this card as well, which is interesting. So we have our first one is Antakarana. There's a very fun story that I'd love to tell about this one. Keep it brief. I went to an angelic Reiki course, and my instructor. So part of the thing is talking about the Antakarana, and it's the tube of light that connects the monad and the higher self to the body. And it says crossing the rainbow bridge, resurrection coming for full circle. It was just the way that she said is Antakarana. I think it's fun. But as part of the learning experience, again, you're learning how to connect in with that higher self, that higher source energy, so you can learn the things that you're doing. You also have Light Seeker. So it says Light Quest, Visionary, Mental Strength, and Resilience. Let me let you see these two cards right here. All right. So again, this is very much a week for getting towards the heart of things, allowing yourself to connect in with that higher source energy, that higher self energy, and letting that to come through. And so that way you're sharing even more of your truth because you're allowing it to come through you, not just spitting out every word that comes through. While you're doing this, make sure you're feeling into what it feels like. If it starts to feel negative, full of fear, and all of this space, you need to stop, reset, set your intentions again to really connect in with this higher source energy, because when you're connecting in with that, you're connecting in with high vibrations, high levels of love. It should not be something that makes you feel very scared. If that is the case, stop, do a little bit more research, feel into what happened, what changed. If you're talking to beings, making sure you're questioning them on, like, are you a being of love and light? Are you of God's purest love and light? Are you of God's purest love and light? Asking, and asking 3 times, I think, was the the cardinal rule. If we want to even say there's rules, which there can be for sure, but making sure you're being very clear on who you're communicating with and what you are communicating with. Our challenge this week is to ask and receive. So communicating, allowing ourselves to learn, and then our challenge is to really figure out what we need, what we're really looking for, and what we're trying to move towards. Okay? And this also has the energy of silent contemplation that we've kind of been doing a little bit. So for this card, we have the Angelic Realm, and I'm going to pull one more, and the Ascension Flame. So there are some very high-level energies that are trying to come in this week. I'm hearing on around Tuesday, so let that kind of be something that's in the forefront. Tuesday might be a day that you feel very, very spacey. If that is the case, allow yourself to be. Don't try to force anything. I always say that you can go ground in a tree is something someone has told me recently, which is interesting. It's like imagine yourself in a tree and allow your light to expand out of it. But there are some very, very, very high vibrations that are trying to come in this week. And so asking your angels, asking for this transformation that we have from the very beginning, where we're being very honest in how we're communicating it. And then we have our Ascension Flame. So Ascension Flame, there's a lot of, I'm sure there's a lot on there. I also have a connection with the Angelic Realm through this one, with Angelic Reiki that I did take at one point. It says liberation, a sense of greater purpose, and high expectations. This one is all about clearing, and you're moving on to a new road, a new path, a new level of consciousness. If that's the case, this is going to be a fun week. I'm excited about this week. So I do have 2 other cards that I did want to bring forward. So our things that are seen, we have our guardian angel, which I find lovely because angels are always there. I'm very much of the Kyle Gray mentality that, angels are always there. They want to help us, and they won't help us, though, unless we ask for it. They won't infringe upon our free will. So inviting our guardian angel to help us and to do things for us is very important. What do you want us to know? Oh. There's Michael there, too. Interesting. So for our guardian angel card, the things that are seen. So we have Archangel Michael and Lord Melchizedek. So Lord Melchizedek is a large being. We'll just kind of say it like that. He's of angelic. How exactly to put this? He's of angelic, not ancestry. He's part of the angelic kingdom, we'll say. So it says indecision, ego-based actions, and lifestyle changes. So for this one, there is again a very much need for grounding things through. Lots of things kind of coming full circle. Lots of sacred geometric shapes, and a deck that I also use as my first angel deck. It was maybe I'll make a link down below. I can't remember the exact name of it, but it was like the Angelic Fire Oracle or Angel Fire Oracle. But in this one, it talks a bit about a Lord Melchizedek. Goodness, Lord Melchizedek being someone who's over a group that is here now on this planet, allowing more energy to come through and more healing to come through. It's like there are lots of higher level beings that are coming through with Lord Melchizedek to bring lots of change and shifts that go throughout it. For this one, it's talking about making sure you're being very clear, and not allowing the ego to get to the point where it feels like it needs to take over. Listen to it, allow it to be, but say thank you for speaking, but I'm going to go do this. In the same vein, we have Archangel Michael, heart of a warrior, divine protection, and synchronicity. So, as for the things seen this week, we do have our guardian angels are really trying to come in there. The entire angelic kingdom or realm is really trying to show up for us. So they're very much asking you to connect in, turn on, allow yourself to be present with them. Maybe I will try to get a meditation out there for connecting with your guardian angels. If not, there are other people who also have that out there. But this is a very big week for connecting in with that angelic energy, connecting in with the love of the angels, and allowing yourself to transcend into a different space. And the things that are unseen. Okay. So we have expect miracles. The way that I believe in miracles is that they happen all the time. We have to be open for it. We have to allow them to exist for us. I say that a miracle can also just be a shift in perception. It's something new, a new way of thinking, because we can get so antiquated in the way that we think that we're not allowed to think in any other way. So a miracle can also just be a shift in perception. It could be all green lights on the way home. You know, there's so many ways that miracles can show up for us if we just allow them, if we take notice of them. Okay, the cards that go with this one today are magical alchemy, innovation, ingenuity, curiosity, and ahead of your time. And scales of karma. Cycle of disharmony, creating new traditions, and unfortunate events. So for me, the way that this is feeling, it's a lot of information possibly coming through dreams from a different lifetime. But the ideas that you're getting right now are angelically inspired, or they are divinely inspired. So they're really wanting you to act on the ideas that you are getting. It could be from the unconscious realm. It could be from dreams. It could be from meditations, but in making sure you're taking the time to write them down, just to remember them. You know, with dreams, we can dream something and have like these profound things, but if we don't write it down, it's going to be gone. You know, it's still there, but we're not going to remember it consciously. Again, there is this big feeling that lots of shifts and changes are going to be happening. And this is not just going to be for this week. There's too much happening right here just to be this week. But there's a seed that's planted, at least in this week, that these changes are going to be happening. They're saying this is also going to be like a theme as well for 2024. Happy New Year. So there's going to be cycles of disharmony that will happen, but it's going to be followed by a greater sync with ourselves, a greater harmony in our bodies and in ourselves. allowing us to create new traditions, allowing us to be ahead of our time, allowing us to be connected with ourselves. And there's a lot of beautiful things that are here for us this week and this year. I'll probably link that this is a little bit of both. But our overall card for this reading, kind of tying it all together, is well-being. So self-preservation, service to spirit, and youthful experiences. Allowing us to be open to this loving energy that's trying to come in and be so present, especially since there's so many angels here. Yes, one of them was an angelic deck, but the other one was not. It does have them in there, though. But yes, so this week, try to wrap it all up. This week, be very present in how you're communicating, because communicating is one of your strengths. Do not use it to manipulate others. Do not use it only just to get what you want. Try to use it to help people. Allow yourself to extend that olive branch if you've been fighting someone and you want to make peace with them. This is a week to start the peace, a week to start the rest of the year. Allow yourself to really be connected in with that. Allow yourself to learn from these experiences that you've been going through so that you can be connected with your source, so you can have these visions, so you can gain this knowledge. And your challenge is to ask and receive. Make sure you're being very clear with what you want. But I feel like the bigger thing for us as a spiritual community is being open to receiving, because we like to give and give and give. And sometimes we just have to receive. We have to be open to receiving all that's there for us. So, also connecting in with the angelic realm and being open to expecting miracles, allow them to become there. The things that are unseen was the idea for this card, placement at least. But if the things that are unseen is to expect miracles, I'd like to see it. I'd like to experience it. I'd like to be there with it. And as long as we can open up our heart and allow this energy that's trying to flow through us, then we're going to be in a good space. I think I was going to end it there. However, they want me to do a little bit of light language clearing for us. So if you don't know, if you've never heard of light language, I should say, the way that is come through me, it says the language of the soul. It is a form of energetic healing, clearing, downloads, lots of different things that it's kind of used for. It's a bit of a way of channeling information in that way as well. It's not necessarily something to be understood, but it is something to be experienced. You might feel like it's familiar to you. You might fully understand it. You might want to start doing it yourselves. There's lots of good resources out there. But for this case, if you're open to receiving the energy, just consciously connect in, close your eyes, and allow, say, I accept the energy that is for my highest and best good at this time. Always setting that intention is very important. And I'm going to go ahead and get started. Ea kuulele kieka tuusia katelele konu koisha. Ea kaitu lela lulusia katulele katatusia kate enusiata. Ea kuulele kokulele katatusia lele kotupe katuna kate sukumpe piata. Ea patiata tisete tulele kate tusia tati sunu kumpeala tulele kateta. Ea makia tulele katakusia lele katulele katatusia na kotumpea katuna. E alla kunkia katale le kotusia le kinu kumpea katule le katusia kata eno kumpea. Ia pakusia ta tu le kea kotune te sia to tusia ta ukusia ta dole le kata yun kumpea ta kumpea ta tu te shukula le kata kumpea ta tu. Ia pakusia ta tu kia ta tu le kea tu pea katusia kata ea katule le katuna. Ia pakusia kata e kulla katune. Ia ma usia kata naka. Ea katusha kata ea na kulela katusha. E o ea te one o. Ea katu ea no. Ea kuma kate shulele kakakea kukumpea kate shunku yata. Ia makia kotulele katoshe kake kumakia toshia tate kuma. Ia makia tulele kakukea kashakuma kate nukulele katiasha. Ia patosha tatulele katulele katune katesha tatuma. Ia pa ia katush. She kolele katutiesha kate ena. Ia makulele katusha ka. Ia makusha takia katulele kakutusha kata iunukulele katotusha. Ia makota tele katusha kia komakia tatush. Take a few deep breaths, allowing yourself to come back into the space if you went elsewhere. The main feeling for this one was again, like a lot of for those who kept their eyes open and watched. There was a lot of focus, especially around here. A lot of like clearing. Felt a lot in the third eye as well. So lots of clearing that was happening more in towards this space and allowing things to really, really connect in with it. So again, I hope you guys have an amazing week. I look forward to serving you guys in the way that I can on here. And yeah, I hope you guys have, again, an amazing week. And I'll see you next week. Bye. Bye for now.